Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back.
Tell a friend.
Hey, everybody, here with another video for you guys today. And today we're going to do a modular building tier rank list.
Everybody prepare themselves.
It's going to be a little controversial. Just throwing it out there, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Before I go further, let me just say, if you like this video, any of the videos on the channel, please
like, comment, and subscribe.
And let's get down into this modular ranking tier list after the intro coming in
now.
It is time for our tier ranking list.
Ooh, yes, we do have a tier.
Oldendorf says, "Arg, tier list, run!" Yeah, and this one's gonna cause some controversy. I am sure of it.
This is our opinion. Our ranking,
because we don't
hate anything.
There are 17 modular buildings at this time, and we own 12 of them, so we are missing 5 of them, and but we have enough to have some very valid and unique opinions on this particular topic. And so let's get started. And the first one up is Boutique Hotel, set number 10297, 3,066 pieces, released in 2022. Now, this is the newest one on the list, and we do not own this set, and I do like it, and I would like to own it eventually. I will say that. It is a very nice looking modular. It wasn't something I felt like we had to go buy day one or anything like that. For one, modulars tend to stay on the shelves for, a few years anyways. So it's not like it's do or die. You must get it right away. And also because we have Cafe Corner, and Cafe Corner is another hotel. So I was a little disappointed that Lego went with another hotel when there's other buildings that we don't have, like a hospital or something that would be a little bit cooler.
A hospital.
And then despite the building itself, I think the design of the building itself is very nice. I do. The palm trees that it comes with, I'm genuinely confused about that. And this is one of the things that I would say about the newer modular buildings is, where are they from? Like you have the 50s diner, and then you got palm trees, and then the bookshop, that one's got like a birch tree with the trees withering. So it's like, just from an aesthetic, where are we located in a Lego world? It's a little bit all over the place. And so that I do hold that as a knock against some of the newer modular buildings myself. But having said that, like I said, I do really like the Boutique Hotel, and I do plan on buying it, but I'm putting it in the B category. It is not an A by my recollection at this time. Oldendorf says, I still haven't gotten the hotel set yet. Infamous Convict says, Market Street F tier. We will talk about that.
We will get to it.
Hive says, I need the police station. Yeah, I like the police station as well. And then next up, we got the Brick Bank. And that is set number 10257, 2,380 pieces, released in 2016. I like the Brick Bank. Yeah, I can't
It's
say.
aesthetically pleasing. It's a corner. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a really pretty build on the inside.
You know what's interesting is, when Lego's not giving you corner modulars, that's what you feel like you need.
Right.
And then when they start giving you too many corner modulars, you're like, well, now I got too many of them. I need more ones in the middle. Yeah, I like the brick bank.
I like the brick bank.
When I talk, see, to me, there's
It's ornate enough, but it doesn't look over ornate. Like the techniques they used look almost real. It could be realistic. Like some of the ornate stuff on other things, they don't look realistic.
You see, in my mind, some of you might agree or disagree, but there's basically two different sections of modular buildings. You have the older style and then the newer style. And the brick bank definitely falls into the newer style. And I mean, I would say the change over happened with probably the detective's office, where I was, when that one came out, which that was 2015. So detective's office is the first of the newer ones, in my opinion, and any ones that came after. And so the brick bank definitely falls into that category of one of the newer style modulars. But I do really like it. I'm going to put it in B as well. It might go up to A. We shall see.
Right. There's still lots of time.
See what the chat is saying. Ollendorf says brick bank is S tier for me. Oh, really?
Ooh.
Infamous Comic says I have built all the modulars but parted out Cafe Corner and Market Street. So you're gonna have you have some strong opinions, and he says brick bank S tier, the money laundering story. All right, well. You guys have. I'm gonna put it up into A. Then I'm not going S tier with it. And S tier is reserved for the best of the best, and we'll get down to those. Next up, we have Assembly Square. Now, brace yourself, everyone. This is where the controversy is going to smack everyone right in the face.
I don't know why.
Because this set is held in such high regard by so many people that collect modular buildings.
Okay. It's a nice set. It is. It's a very nice set. But
there's one glaring problem I have with it. And that is they built 3 buildings on, well, I think it's 2 base plates, but they made it into one. When this could very easily be 2 separate buildings, and it would be far superior. And that is actually what we did with it. The building on the far left, Jen actually removed that, and we turned that into another corner building for our city, and then left the other 2 together as is. And I think that makes a huge improvement for this particular set, because the building on the left, that side that you see the most of is rather ugly, and the side that you don't see, where you're supposed to sit out and have your coffee and everything, is kind of hidden due to it being a square. And I think that Jen and I were talking about it before the show, and she pointed that out, that it's Lego kind of dropped the ball there, and they kind of hid the best aspect of this.
The whole set.
Yeah.
Are the windows on that side.
Yeah.
And the awning, everything. That building is the prettiest part of the whole set. And I love it, but I didn't like what they did with it. You hid it by the green building because they wanted that little alleyway.
Yeah.
Which I understand, and it would look great on a shelf, but when I put it in my city, it didn't work. So I had to rip it apart. It's such a pretty building, and it doesn't get its just desserts in the way it's sitting.
And when it comes to these modular buildings, like I was saying, you have the newer style and the older style. And to me, Assembly Square epitomizes everything I'm talking about with the newer style. And inside, they have every nook and cranny being something going on. And it's over the top, in my opinion. And it actually, I feel, stifles creativity. Because why do you need to put anything there if it's already fully laid out on what this section is? Like there's a photo studio in it. They have, you know, everything, every little square inch of it has some kind of purpose, and I don't know that I fully agree with that. So, but having said that,
It is still a beautiful set.
It is
and
still
it's still an A tier. It's just not an S tier for us.
yeah,
It is definitely the best A tier.
and it is the biggest one.
Right.
So I am putting it in A tier, but it's not. To me, the assembly square is not the be all and end all of Lego modulars. It truly is not. And now let's see how I'm getting flamed in the comment section.
Everybody does not like our opinion on that.
Ollendorf says, move it to S tier, Mikey.
Nope.
He says S tier and ban Mikey from doing any tier list. Oh.
Clearly Ollendorf's not happy with our
Infamous Convict says flower shop, dentist office, coffee shop, bakery, apartment, photograph studio, music shop, all in one modular equals S tier. And I'm saying that's where we disagree, man. See,
that's a little too much.
The photography studio, you can just straight up get rid of that. The bakery, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the apartment. The dentist office, I could take or leave it. The flower shop is cool.
The flower shop is
so cool. There's too much going on in it. Like it's a little over the top for me. It's still a great set. I'm not saying it's not.
We love it. We own it. We we made it our own.
And next up we have the bookshop. And this is set number 10270, 2,504 pieces released in 2020. And this is the newest modular that we own. And of the newer style modulars, I really like this one. And the reason why is because it is almost like a throwback to the pet shop where it's the two separate buildings. And I appreciate it for that reason. And I don't believe we kept the two buildings together like that. I think we broke them up in our city a little bit. But I like the two separate buildings. And like I was just holding that against Assembly Square for not doing that. I give this one credit for doing it.
Because I'm telling you, it was hard to remove that Assembly Square. It was a challenge. Now this one, I love this one. The birch tree, the little bluebird, I mean, gorgeous. But my absolute favorite is the staircase going into that teal house. That is innovative. It was fun to build. It was neat. And this kind of ornate is good for me. That's simple, but not normal. You know, it's unique, but it's still simple. It's not too ornate or anything like that. But the staircase is my favorite on that. And the little bluebird. I love the bluebird.
My biggest complaint on this set, as I was saying about the boutique hotel, is, you know, you got a dude out here with a scarf. You know, it's not winter, but it's clearly fall. The leaves. but then on the other side of town, you got palm trees.
Palm trees. Right.
So it's like, what are we doing, Lego? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where's the consistency? Consistency is key.
Yeah.
But I really like the bookshop. I'm putting it in A. Is it better than the Brick Bank?
I would have to say yes, because it has two buildings, and I just love that stair. I mean, the bank is pretty nice and it's but the two buildings is.
Next up, we have Cafe Corner, the granddaddy of them all.
Man, does that Beautiful.
Set number 10182, Cafe Corner, 2,056 pieces, released in 2007. And the only negative thing that anyone can wager on this particular set is that the interior was left completely blank. You have to supply your own interior to it, and so when you compare that with the newer modulars, I could see all the little accessories and micro builds that they put on the interiors. People will miss out on with this particular set. But having said that, I still to this day feel like it is one of the most eye-catching modulars that has ever been made.
That sunburst.
Mm-hmm.
And that red and tan and the yellow, it all works.
The hotel sign on it, I love that. We built our own interior on it, and that was fun. We did,
yeah. That was fun.
But I am a big fan of Cafe Corner. If it had an interior, it would be S tier for me. But it is definitely A tier, and I'm putting it ahead of Assembly Square.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Assembly Square gets owned by Cafe Corner, in my opinion. It gets owned. And next up, we have Corner Garage. It's set number 10264, 2,569 pieces, released in 2019. Now, in full disclosure, we do not have this modular. I do like it.
It would be one that I would grab if I had extra, because I do like it a lot. We just don't have a corner. I mean, we have no corner.
Yeah, I love all the modulars. I truly do. Even Market Street, which we'll get to that
one.
I mean, I wouldn't to say no if someone gave it to me.
Right.
So I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it is a good modular. It doesn't blow me away like some of the other ones do, though.
I think when that first came out, I thought about how I would display it or tweak it to work with our,
I think I'm putting it in B as well.
Yeah.
But I think Boutique Hotel is nicer. If I had to pick one of those, I'd pick Boutique Hotel over it. Let's see. Infamous Convict says, Bookshop, the right building is too small next to any other moduling, and the bookstore only has one or two shelves of books. C tier for me. Ooh. Yeah, those are
valid points.
Those are valid points on that set.
I like the mobility of it. The fact that it doesn't have to stay that way because it's two buildings, so you can break it apart and put it in. You can fit it wherever you need to, because neither one of them are corners, so they're both like fillers. The birch tree bothers me because of the colors. Because
I'm moving it down to B.
You're moving it down to B.
He makes a valid point about the second building. That is, and I forgot people had that complaint about it when it came out.
It's too small.
Yeah,
it's short.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of where I wish I would
have
taken
it right in line with our other buildings, and it doesn't bother me at all.
I love the front of it. That's what.
But
I love.
Yeah, but I think I'm agreeing with him, and I'm gonna move it down a smidgen.
Move it down.
And next up, we have Detective's Office, and this is set number 10246. 2,262 pieces, released in 2015. And as I said earlier, this is when Lego made the change from the older style modulars to the more newer style modulars, in my humble opinion. And we have it. I like it. As my dog agrees. If you guys heard that. I really like the little pool hall. I think that is really cool, and I like the barber shop.
See, this they did the alleyway right.
Yeah.
That's a good alleyway.
But if I'm honest,
It's not a showstopper.
no, it's not. And honestly, this is probably one that I would say that you could probably live without if you didn't get it. I would go so far as to say I think I would put the Boutique Hotel in front of it. I mean, I like it. I think it's nice, but I'm not like, ooh, you gotta. Detective's office is a must own.
Right.
I don't feel like it is.
Oh,
And then next up, we have the Downtown Diner. And this was, well, let me do the
oh
numbers.
my gosh.
Downtown Diner, set number 10260, 2,480 pieces, released in 2018. And let me just start out by saying my favorite part of this modular is the car. I don't outright hate it, but I mean, now we have like a 50s diner, and then, and I mean, again, we're just all over the place, Lego, on what we're trying to do here with these modular buildings. And this was when this one came out. This was the first modular building that we were just like,
I'm gonna have to pass on that.
I'm not feeling that one. It doesn't. I still looking at it. It doesn't do much for me. It truly doesn't. Maybe there's some people out there that are big fans of it. I know it has like the little boxing gym or whatever, and I love boxing. You'd think that would be cool. But again, this is Lego fitting too much. Why would there be a boxing gym above the diner in real life? Like, that's just, I mean, you're better off just putting an apartment or something up there. I mean, that's just, it's too much, Lego.
I don't understand.
It's too much. So I am putting Downtown Diner in C. I think it is a very pedestrian, below average, if I'm honest, modular building.
I think if they would have done it the sideways that you would see like out in the desert and on like Route 66, something like that, the sideways one, or it looks like a hot dog almost. If they would have did that, that would have been more appealing, I guess.
Yeah.
But they tried to fit it into a city, and you just don't see diners like that in a city, do you? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a city girl, so you might. But I just didn't think it fit very well. And you're right with the boxing. I mean, it's just silly.
Infamous Comics says Detective's Office is 10 out of 10. One of my personal favorites. The candy smuggling story and features are fire. Yeah, I mean,
you guys all like those stories.
You see, yeah, I mean, but that one relies too much on the story than the actual building itself. You said that you felt that the building in bookshop was lackluster. I would argue that the detective's office is more lackluster than the bookshop. It's basically two separate buildings, but it's not, and it's neither one of them are like, ooh, this is cool. They're just, like I said, the coolest part is the ground floor on both of them with the pool hall and the actual barber shop. But the actual detective's office itself, I mean, it's So I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I'm not moving that one. It's staying where it is. And CT Jason is here. Hey,
hello.
Thanks for stopping by, man. He says looks good if you use it for a Back to the Future backdrop. Yes,
right.
Yes, the diner could work for that. Absolutely. But there is a cooler set still to come.
Oh yes,
that works so much better for Back to the Future. You can't do Back to the Future without it, in all honesty. Save the clock tower. Infamous Comics says, I hated the diner when it was first revealed, but it has grown on me. My biggest complaint is the sign with the lowercase n, diner. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's a little that's a little unforgivable. I agree. Like I said, I mean, I don't hate any of these sets.
No.
I mean, it's just, we got to talk about what's better than the others, and so that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
And next up, we got Fire Brigade. Set number 10197, 2,231 pieces, released in 2009. And this, if it wasn't for the Ghostbusters Firehouse being, a firehouse, this would be the definitive must-own Lego firehouse of all time. But the Ghostbuster Firehouse is a little better, but I think you'd be foolish to turn it into an actual firehouse. So in a way, this is the definitive Lego firehouse. I love Fire Brigade. I think it is a fantastic modular building. And, being that it was an older one, like I said, the older ones, I tend to lean more towards.
I love it.
There's not much negative I could say about Fire Brigade. Honestly, I would consider almost putting it in S tier as how much I like Fire Brigade, honestly. I'm not. I think I'm going to leave it right there for now. But I'm a big fan of Fire Brigade. And next up, we have the Grand Emporium. And this is set number 10211, 2,182 pieces, released in 2010. And this is another one that tends to be a little bit of a showstopper. It catches your eyes when you see it. I really, really like the Grand Emporium a lot, but I don't love it. And what keeps this from probably being an S tier modular for me is the way it was designed with the chandelier, and they're trying to make it seem as though like you're at a mall and you could look down from the third floor down to the bottom or whatever. So I understand what they're trying to do there, but at the same time, it just feels like a lot of wasted space on the inside, and that's what keeps it from being higher. But having said that, I do really like the Grand Emporium a lot. I think I prefer the Fire Brigade. What about Assembly Square versus Grand Emporium, honey?
I would say that it is better.
Grand Emporium?
Mm-hmm. If the whole thing in Assembly Square was like that one building, then yeah, because that's kind of what a Grand Emporium is, the ornateness of the whole building.
Yeah.
If they would have made it a double, like that one, a big whole building itself, then I think that would have won. But
as is,
I think the Grand Emporium is more grand.
Mm-hmm.
Not from the other two. No, I think you have it in the right spot. In my opinion, anyway. I can't stress that enough.
Can't stress it enough.
It's my opinion.
And next up, we have the Green Grocer, set number 10185, 2,352 pieces, released in 2008. Excuse me. And let me just say, when I look back at all my time, building the Lego modulars and stuff, certain ones were the build themselves were fun. Every aspect of it felt unique and it didn't feel repetitive. And the Green Grocer was definitely that. I have very strong memories of enjoying this build, and still to this day, the bottom floor is the grocery store, and it is a very nice grocery store. It still stands up well today. But the top two floors of it are, in my opinion, the nicest single apartment complex. One apartment building with two floors that Lego has released to date. And what I love about it is like it's got like a Godfather clock in it. So it's like it's grandfather clock. So it's simple.
I was gonna try and do a Godfather impression, but I'd be horrible at it.
I'll make him an offer you can't refuse.
I'll make him an hour he can't refuse.
But yes, it has a grandfather clock in it, and it's simple but very elegant. And it's not what Lego does now. Now Lego would make this 2 separate apartments, and they would overload each floor with, we'll put a bathroom here, we're gonna put a closet here, we're gonna put a kitchen here. And so by the time it's all said and done, it's like, the minifigures got like 4 studs to stand on. So basically where I'm going with it is Green Grocer is an S tier modular. This, and it might be the single best one to date, in all honesty. It's really that kind of a modular building.
Checks all the boxes.
It checks all the boxes.
Yeah. It's not too ornate, but it's just ornate enough to make it so fancy.
Godfather clock.
That was funny. Make him an offer he can't refuse.
Oh, Rulai's here. Thanks
Hello.
for joining. He says Assembly Square is only A tier. Blasphemy. I know. See, I knew Assembly Square. That one is the one. People are very defensive about that one.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. Bring it in.
I'm sorry.
Bring it in.
It didn't work in my brain. I couldn't. I had to tear it apart. I don't regret it at all. I love it. Where it's at, what it does. It's a great set.
And next up, we have the Parisian Restaurant. And this is set number 10243. 2,469 pieces, released in 2014. And I gotta say, I love this modular. The only knock that I can have against it is on the right side of the building here, because the way they put it with the outside dining like that, when you put it in a row with other modulars, it doesn't always fit super well. Like, it almost can work as another corner building.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we have it on the corner.
Yeah, we have it on a corner because of that reason.
It just doesn't. Yeah.
So that one design flaw is what truly keeps this from being an S tier modular for me.
It's beautiful.
Because it's beautiful. Everything else about it, I absolutely love. It is the fine dining of my Lego city, of my Gen City. Only the best are eating at the Parisian
Lego
Restaurant.
Mike takes Lego Jen on dates.
Yeah. But I definitely think it is an A tier set. And I think I'm gonna put it ahead of the Grand Emporium. What do you think about that? The Grand Emporium is cooler on the outside to look at. Absolutely. Disagree?
Let's think about that for a minute.
I'll put it back like that then. How about that? It's Parisian Restaurant's better than Assembly Square, though.
And yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I think that's good.
Palace Cinema. And set number 10232. 2,196 pieces, released in 2013. And this was the modular that I got first because
started all the
it started our modular collection. And the reason why I got it first wasn't necessarily because I wanted to buy it first, but because, I tend to do my homework when it comes to buying Lego and stuff. And I knew it was going to be the first to retire. And, I wanted to get it before it started to increase in value, as these things tend to do. So I checked that off my box first. But having said that, I absolutely adore this building. And what's crazy to me is I hear people complain about it from time to time. It has a great snack bar, and down in the bottom, where you can buy.
It's the coolest movie theater
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
I love the Palace Cinema.
And the technique that they used for that sign is it's pretty neat, but it's fragile. It's not as strong as it should be. I'm sure they could make a better technique now, but I mean,
was this 2014?
Right.
Yeah.
I think I like it. And
2013.
It's a neat little movie theater. The interior of it is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is.
I can't see Lego ever making a better movie theater. And it's funny, I've heard people already say, well, they should make a movie theater. I'm like, they did.
And this is almost it almost like it not just a movie theater. It's almost like a theater. Because the stage is pretty ornate, if I remember.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I like this set a lot.
6.
I think I'm putting it ahead of Fire Brigade, maybe even Cafe Corner. Cafe Corner looks great on the outside though, but I think Palace Cinema is
gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is.
I think a lot of people, for whatever reason, maybe it was because of the Asian design, they wanted a more traditional looking one. I don't know. But
I think it's
perfect how it is.
Yeah, it's almost like a Broadway theater.
Yeah.
That's how awesome it is. Like Pantages and whoopsie.
Well, Rula says it's a great set, especially when you light it up.
Ooh, I bet.
Yeah. And then he says, I got it on sale from Lego on Black Friday in 2017, I think.
Nice.
Good deal, yeah. Infamous Comics says, Palace Cinema is great, but the unfinished back of the roof is F tier.
Oh.
Unfinished back of the roof? I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just trying to look, but all I can see is that awesome sign and the roof.
I don't feel
like is it because the
slopes
are just slopes, our panels, aren't they?
Talking about the very top peak of it?
Like right here, this part.
Oh, I like that design.
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Because it gives you more room up there for activities.
Yeah, lots of room for activities.
Yeah.
I usually have some kind of superheroes battling on it.
Right, we do. We usually have battles up there. See, people want the ornate stuff. People want the extra stuff.
Infamous Combat said, I think the cinema is loosely based on the Chinese theater in Hollywood. Look at the back of the roof. Yeah, it is based on that, absolutely. But I think it's great. I will look at it shortly. To be continued on that discussion.
We'll have to take a look at the roof again.
Yeah, I want to see what you're talking about. Next up, we have everyone's favorite modular building. We have Market Street, set number 10190, 1,248 pieces, released in 2007 as well. I don't know, maybe Infamous Convict knows. Did this come first or did Cafe Corner come first? I can't recall which one was actually the first modular. But yeah, Market Street. This set is only for those that absolutely must own them all. We don't own this one. This is one of them we don't own.
I don't have any plans to get it either.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but the interior is blank, just like Cafe Corner, where there's nothing on the inside. But while it works for Cafe Corner, it just, this one's just so small and plain Jane as it is that, yeah, like Market Street is only for those that must have them all. It is the bottom one without a doubt.
If there was an F tier, it would be an F tier.
Yeah. So it's definitely D tier. There's really no reason to go back and buy this one, especially for the prices that it fetches for what you really get on that set. It's not even worth it. And then next up we have Pet Shop. And it's set number 10218, 2032 pieces, released in 2011. And now, while this set will not blow you away with its curb appeal by any stretch of the imagination,
excuse me,
the two separate buildings that it has, and being that the brownstone is the one that our Lego family lives in, and it is the nicest residence in our Lego city, with the exception of like our haunted house or something.
Right.
But, for our non-freaky deaky people to live in, the brownstone is the coolest building. It's even better than the green grocer, hence why our family lives in it. But I'm a big fan of the Pet Shop. The Pet Shop building, the blue one, it doesn't blow you away. I prefer the brownstone over the Pet Shop building, to be honest. I wish we had more of them. I know, because you could have like a whole block of brownstones, and that would look cool.
Those don't they call those row houses?
Yeah. That's common in big cities.
Mm-hmm.
But having said that, I think I'm feeling it's a B tier. What do you think, honey? Is it better than the Brick Bank?
No. I mean, it does have two buildings, but the Brick Bank is so nice.
Yeah.
I think that's a good spot for it. I do like it, but
I would take it over the bookshop, though. I would, just because those brownstones. I mean, you just throw another one of them brownstones next to it, it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little bit bigger, I believe, as well. Because like Infamous said, that the blue building on the
it's smaller, it's shorter. So it's not ideal.
Infamous Convict says, according to Brickset, they came out in the same day and year, October 24, 2007.
Wow. Same day and
well, thanks for the info.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Ask and you shall receive. Next up, we have the Town Hall. It is set number 10224, 2,766 pieces, released in 2012. And I'm just checking the numbers here, and it is no longer the second biggest by pieces. It used to be for a while, but the police station is slightly bigger by piece count, as is Boutique Hotel, which is interesting considering how grand this building is in comparison to those other ones.
Those two, yeah.
This is a very beautiful structure that I am sorry to anybody that doesn't have it, because your Lego city will feel a little incomplete without Town Hall front and center, because everybody has it and everybody does that because it's
the best.
It is. Now, I will say this, on the interior itself, I like the interior. I don't think it's amazing. I could have made some changes. Like they had like the actual courtroom area, and they have the couple getting married, and that's where they get married or whatever. You could have probably done some redesigning there, made it a little bit better. But it has an elevator in the inside, which is cool. And the middle floor has a nice big seating, like a big chair where big important meetings take place within your Lego city. And I think that's really cool. And then there's also like the mayor's office in there. I know in our city, because we do not have the police station as of yet, we actually just let the police run out of the town hall. So, my chief of police and mayor are both located in the town hall building.
We're a one-stop shop.
We're a one-stop shop. One-stop cop shop.
One-stop cop shop.
But like I was, CT Jason was talking about diner, the 50s diner for Back to the Futures thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the set that if you're interested in Back to the Future, you need it. Like I said, if you're a city builder and you take yourself serious at all, it's kind of required, in my opinion, to have town hall. I think it is an absolute S tier modular.
Mm-hmm.
I think I prefer Green Grocer over it slightly, though. I know that might be a little controversial.
We've already been controversial, dear. I don't think we're worried about that anymore.
I mean, but both of those sets are just great. Yes, Town Hall is far more impressive building. It's a very impressive structure. But I think I like the interior of Green Grocer better. And I think that sways it a little bit for me.
Yeah.
But they're both S tier.
Mm-hmm.
Both, great modulars if you can get your hands on them. Rula says Town Hall is pretty cool. Missed out on it. Yeah. Ollendorf says less than 0.1% of Lego collectors got the Town Hall set.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a heck of a number there, Oldendorf.
I would like to see your statistics on that, my friend. Where are you getting these numbers? And then last but not least, we have Police Station, set number 10278, 2,923 pieces, which, as I said, makes it the third largest by piece count. And it was released in 2019. When I look at it, I'm like, man, where do all these pieces go? Because the building itself doesn't seem very big. If I'm honest, guys, I'm not blown away by this modular. Amberlia Builds is building it right now, and she'll be building it this evening.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tune in to watch her build it because we do not own it at this time. Now, it is one that I would own. I do like it. It's not that I'm against it, but we're splitting hairs and everything. And if I'm honest, it just doesn't stun me. Not like some of the other ones do.
Well, and it's almost like it wanted to be two buildings, but it didn't have enough room.
Yeah.
So they split the second building and put it on the sides, and then it just looks a little funny to me.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
When she was building that, she was like, I wonder what this is going to be. And she was all excited about that little space. And I looked it up and I was like, that's just like a newspaper stand. And they backed up. I wonder what's inside that tiny little green section there. What?
But I'm sure they got it jam packed.
Yeah.
Just like Assembly Square. It's just gonna have every little nook and cranny of it just filled to the max.
But yet the base plate, they wasted so much space with that newspaper. They could have did a tiny little newspaper stand and made that building so much more wider.
I'm going with C with it.
Yeah.
I know that might be controversial, but again, some of the newer ones, they just don't blow me away. And
it just feels like a wasted space, a wasted opportunity.
I still would very much pick it up.
Absolutely. Well, it's nice. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, all the modulars are nice. I would have every single one of them.
Yeah.
It's not honestly, if somebody was giving it away, I wouldn't say no.
To Market Street.
Yeah, to Market Street. Yeah. So I would have every single one. But they haven't been exciting me.
No, they haven't been.
Mm-hmm. the way they used to. I was like, ooh, I must have that. Now I'm like, I can live without it.
Ollendorf says police station set got more popular in recent years due to Brooklyn 99 show.
Oh.
Really? I did not know that.
Brooklyn 99 is a cop show.
Yeah. He says it's not meant to be a normal police station as it's meant to be a small local station. And I know, but again, this is where are we at? Are we in the 50s? Are we in tropical location? Are we in a nice, suburban fall town? Like, I mean, where are we, Lego? Some of the buildings look like they could be from Europe. Some of the buildings look like they're from Main Street, USA.
I don't know where I'm coming and going, man.
Yeah.
How many different countries do I have to represent in my city?
But why don't you guys put down in the comments whether you agree or disagree? I'm satisfied with this. I think that is my official stance.
That's your story. You're sticking to it, huh?
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.